Good morning, Billy D. Billy D standing at the door of the gym. You're a good man, Billy. One of these days, I'm just going to give Billy the keys and tell him to open up. Right? Bill, you just open the gym today. I'm going to sleep in. What do you think, nerdy? Should we do that? Billy, you open it. Pops is sleeping in today. He'll show up mid-workout. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, good morning, good morning to you. Good morning, I say, to all that you do. Good morning, nerdy, my friend, RX2, and Justin as well. Good morning, Saturn, Penny, and Deborah, the Pearl. Good morning to Herbie, Von Werby, Burby, come up. Good morning, Von Werby, Burby, come up, unbroken Furby, Herbie. Good morning. Simulcast. Should we do a simulcast this morning? Good morning to Kalanian, to Vegas, my friend. Kalanian, Nerdy, and Billy are here. Don't you think that's wonderful, dear? Hello? I must be going. I've come to say I cannot stay. I must be going. I'll stay a week or two. I'll stay the summer through. But I am telling you, I must be going. Okay, that's enough, Pops. Who sang that song? Where'd that song come from? Hello? I must be going. I've come to say I cannot stay. I must be going. I'll stay a week or two. I'll stay the summer through. But I am telling you that I must be going. No, you guys, it's not Neil Simon. Come on, who sang that song? I'll send a prize to Catzilla. Catty. I'm sending you something. Cat, I gotta do it. I was just about to. I didn't think anybody would get it. That's a Groucho Marx. That's Groucho. Which one was it? Night at the Opera? What movie was that from? Hello, I must be going. He doesn't sing it as good as me. He's walking around with the cigar. Hello, I must be going. Come to say I cannot stay. I must be going. He was my favorite comedian growing up. I loved Groucho and the whole Marx Brother gang. That was back, well, I'm going to act old now. That's back when comedy was real. The old Duck Soup, that was a good one too. That was another good movie. I didn't like the Three Stooges. I wouldn't watch the Three Stooges. They were just too violent. Stop hurting each other so much. Would you, Mo, why are you always hitting Curly over the head with a cast iron pan? They were like human cartoons. I didn't care for that. I liked the double entendre, a little bit of funny dialogue. Don't hit somebody over the head with an iron pan and think that's funny. Okay? Saturn's like the pops. It was pretty funny, I gotta tell you. When he pulled his nose all the way out and let it go and he got back into his head, and that was hilarious. I love me some Saturn. Saturn lives right here in Michigan. We're friends. We're friends. Okay. Old comics. Who else was back then? Red Skelton. Do you remember Red Skelton? The Red Skelton show? That was my dad's favorite. We had to watch it every Sunday night. Clem Cadiddlehopper. Do you remember that? What was one of his favorite? My favorite characters was Clem Cadiddlehopper. The name alone, you're done. You're over. Okay, Gumby. Gumby always tried to be good though, right? Wasn't Gumby like a good boy? He got in trouble and stuff, but he was like, I think he tried to be good. Monty Python, oh my God, nerd. I remember the first Monty Python I saw. I was like, these guys are brilliant, like brilliant. My favorite one was the, what's the Jesus movie they do? It's so favorite, I can't even remember the name of the movie. What's the movie they do? Holy Grail, that's the name of it? Michael Allen, The Holy Grail? Is that the name of it? Life of Brian, that's it. Life of Brian. Life of Brian. That movie is funny, okay? That Life of Brian. Life of Brian, that's the best. Especially when they do a good job of making fun of religion in that movie. Follow the sandal. No, follow the gourd. The guy dropped a sandal. It was like the religious object now. He drank out of a gourd. New religious relic, okay? He started schisms and groups. It's exactly how it happens with humans. It's exactly how it happens. We're so messed up. Okay. No religion. Okay, no religion. Let's do, except if we get a laugh. We are going to try a simulcast. Look on the bright side of life. Shiny, be quiet out there. Don't be quiet. Shine's a nice guy. Man, is he having fun being with us, you guys. You guys have no idea how much fun he has. His wife likes him more. Shiny's wife likes him a little bit more lately. I think he's trying at home. Something tells me. He's doing a little bit of work over there at home. Nerdy's pretty funny. He's a nice guy. Okay. Simulcast. Because I think tomorrow I'm going to try this. We're going to pick one of you. We're going to nominate and pick somebody to do this. I'm going to try an IG. Watch this. Okay, you ready? I'm going to go on my IG page. Which one is it? I forget. Which one do I use for this? Wait. T-Crew time. T_crew_time_. Okay? T-Crew time. That IG page. You don't have to go there if you're here. I'm just saying. What I'm going to do is we're going to be live here on the YouTube. I'm going to turn on that page so it's watching us, but I can't really read both screens. So I'm going to work on the YouTube screen, but this screen's going to watch us. What I like about the IG is that it gives us a chance. It gives us a chance to bring somebody in to the feed. So we're going to pick somebody, and tomorrow, for about 5 or 10 minutes max, just enough that you get your feet wet on this idea, we're going to, I'll talk to the person double screen on IG, and we'll watch it from the YouTube channel. Is this making any sense at all, what I'm talking about? Let me see if okay, because I can finally, on that one channel, they're finally letting me go live. Okay, Sarah, so watch this. You are now live. Okay, so I'm gonna flip this around. So that one's watching me, now watch. Watch what I'm talking about. We'll have to fix the lighting probably. But that's me on IG. Anyways, I feel like I should be able to take my IG and go half screen, and you'll be up here and I'll be down here, and we could talk and we could listen. Does that make sense? We'll try it. We'll work on the lighting and stuff because I'm seeing glares all over town. Someone from Iran. Hello, Mehdi. Nice to see you here. Thank you for joining us. I have a brother-in-law whose best friend, my brother-in-law is from Iran. Beautiful, beautiful man, Farzad. We call him Faz. His best friend, his name is Mehdi. His best friend name is Mehdi. Okay? Michael Allen, one of these days we'll move up to another level and start doing it differently. I like your ideas too, but I want to stay on YouTube because we have so many subscribers here. I don't want to lose that group of people that they come and watch this after us. After we do all of this stuff live, there's a good 1,000 people a day watch the feeds. Okay? Michael Allen says it is part of YouTube. Okay, we'll have to look into all of that. Anyways, thank you. We're going to, I've got to get an IG Pops project for today. Okay, so we're going to try it. Give me 5 people that like that idea. StreamYard allows you to stream on YouTube, Instagram, Twitch, etc. all at once. Huh. We'll have to look at it. We'll have to look at that. I mean, it's complicating me. I'm already getting the heebie-jeebies like, oh no, I don't know if I can do it. Happy birthday to Pacers, you guys. Okay, so we're going to try that. There's enough people that have given me thumbs up that said, let's try it. Let's see what we can do about that, okay? Jesus Christ is the only one that really wants to tell Pacers he's sorry that he's having a birthday. The rest of us will just go ahead and say happy birthday. Australians do it backwards. See, they're on the other side, like the other hemisphere. In Australia, you don't say happy birthday, you say sorry birthday. Okay? It's just the way Australians think. And don't forget who started the whole deal down there. Don't forget the group we dropped off to get that whole continent going. I love me some Jesus Christ here, though. Jesus Christ is the only one that's allowed to not get timeouts. Everybody else. I had somebody text me the other day. How come Jesus Christ never gets a timeout? Now try explaining that one. Jesselyn, it's your birthday too? Jesselyn, happy birthday. Penny, try explaining that one. How come Jesus Christ, they write it for me. He died for your timeouts. You're out of line, Matthew. Because it wouldn't help. Oh, no. Oh, stop it. He died for your timeouts. Oh, man. You guys you have to stop it. Okay? Oh, my goodness. That's so funny. You guys are so funny. Okay. All right. So he wrote to me. Why doesn't he ever get down? was like, you don't understand, man. It's just like, if you don't get it, if you don't see, you'll never see. Okay? You gotta know. You gotta know how he works. And Kim's right, he's got connections. That's right, Kim. He has connections. We're not messing with that. Okay? But JC, you can still calm it down a little bit. Okay? Calm down out there. I still have to tell him, I still have to be a dad to him once in a while. Okay? The ultimate, he already did the ultimate timeout. No, stop it. Stop. And the worst part is that how the guy picked that name. How, not reincarnate. Resurrect. How did he pick that name? The most opposite name he could possibly have. Okay? Okay, I'm stopping. Because we have new people here like this guy's like very, you don't understand. I wish you did. You'd stick around. Jesus Christ gets a break no matter what. He's our naughty bot. Okay. And the good news is I could ignore him. It's so perfect. It's great. Like I read it and just ignore it. I'm like, yup, practice. I'm not going near that guy. Zone has Jesus. What? That's weird. Okay, happy birthday. Happy birthday to Pacers. And there was a young lady here who was saying it was her birthday. Happy birthday to you, my friend. Happy birthday. Derek Anderson, yeah, he's I have heard from him. He is Derek Anderson. They are out of service. He's emailed me a couple of times, but their phone situation and all of that and things that they have to do. Derek Anderson's down for the count for about, well, probably the rest of this week. But he's okay. He's doing all right. But thank you for asking. As a matter of fact, he might have even asked me to tell you guys, and I forgot to tell you. Yeah, I think I forgot to mention it. Derek is such a good guy. And I think he's in the North Carolina area. Okay. We are so lucky, the ones that weren't in the path of that. There's quite a few of us here that are in the path of that. And what's my major? I was a theologian. But history and theology. 2 majors. I wanted to do just a couple of these. And then we're going to start, excuse me, not that finger. We're going to use, how about this? Well, we're going to bust a couple of myths, and then we're going to dive right into Mushroom Growing 101. Okay, we're going to go into step 1, and we're going to really talk about for the next couple of weeks how to get you a monotub growing at your house, and you will be providing medicine to yourself and to others, and you'll start learning the ancient secrets of the ancient people. One of the biggest secrets they're going to teach you is how to change. They're going to teach you. They're going to actually give you the willingness to change. If you want to be good at growing them. See, Pops wanted to be really good at it. If you guys remember, 4 years ago, I was doing 3 or 4 tubs a month. Then I was like, I'm going into cycle growing. I'm going to start 5 tubs every 5 days, every 5th day. Okay, so now, boom, I'm up to 25 tubs cycling. Boop, boop, boop. 25 tubs. Every 5 days, I'd start a new set of tubs, and I'd be harvesting 5 tubs. And you have a whole cycle going. We'll discuss cycle growing towards the end of our class here on growing shrooms. I'll teach you how to do a cycle of growing. Then it's like, you know what, if I could do 5, I can add another 5. So now I'm doing 10 every 5 days. So that means in a 25-day period, you're doing like, in a 25-day period, you're doing 50 tubs. Okay? Then you keep doing that, and you, okay, if I can do 10, I can do 20 a day, or every 5 days. By the time we were done doing tubs, if you guys remember, I've shown you pictures, so you know I'm not lying. At one time, my max amount, we had 225 monotubs going at one time. Each one at different, they were all in cycle. 225 tubs going at one time. Why do I mention that? Because we wanted to get really good at it. How did I get really good at it? By changing. The original me couldn't even do one tub without blowing it, without breathing all over it, without contaminating it, without breaking it up because I'm impatient. Amazing. And now we do it even different. Now we're like, you know what? Tubs take up too much room. Let's do bags. I never really wanted to do bags, but now we're doing bags. We just changed our grow house, if you remember. I had to shut the whole project down, move, start up again, get cycling going, get my cycle going. By the end of October, if I stay on the cycle that I'm on, we'll have 250 bags cycling at one time. 250 bags at one time. Satter's just mentioned the key to the whole thing really is, we do over here, I've learned to keep it super simple. When we first started, well, we'll talk about it during class. When we first started, your ego gets in there. You think you're smarter than the mushroom. You think man, if I do this additive to the substrate, and if I do this little trick, and if I try that, and everything you're doing is just complicating it, so you can like prove to yourself, to others, the mushroom doesn't care. Mushroom only wants a couple of things. Once we figure out that's all the mushroom wants, and I can get my ego out of the way and give the mushroom exactly what it wants, I can start growing a lot of them. And I don't have a lot of mistakes because the mushrooms already told me this is how I grow without your problems in it. So our mushrooms teach us if we finally shut up and listen to them. Couple of myth busts, and then we'll move to mushroom class. Okay? Couple of I was looking at, not dieting as such, but we were still looking at organic eating and stuff, and I ran across some myths. What do you think about these myths? Rapid weight loss. If you lose weight rapidly, you're more likely to regain it. If you lose it very quickly, you're more likely to regain it. Well, gosh darn it, I've heard that 100 times. Penny, that's in every magazine. I've always heard that. We're finding out it's not true. Really, according to this, recent studies suggest that those who drop more weight quickly are more likely to weigh less years later. Drop it. Drop it like you don't want it. It'll stay off. I understand what they're saying because of the old diet bounceroo stuff. But this is what they say. What is Caleb saying? Okay, Kai Big, you're in the right place. You're right there. You're in the right place. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being here. Prayer isn't something that we do. Something that we say. It's what we do. Here, we do a lot more do. Our prayer is do. And one of those is to be kind to one another here. Always be good to one another here and help each other. And he's a troll. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Sometimes trolls need to be told stuff too. Physical education classes are important. They help prevent they help prevent childhood obesity. So if you go to PE class, you don't turn into, you're less likely to be an overweight child. In their current form, physical education classes aren't long enough or intense enough to make a difference. They aren't working your kid out. Your kid's sitting on the stands trying to not get hit he's not trying to get hit by the dodgeball. Most of them are avoiding even playing the sport. I'm still trying to find my outfit, coach. I'll be out there in a minute. Especially the ones that are likely to be a little overweight, they're likely to try to dodge the class in the first place. PE classes, what a weird thing. We used to have to go to PE. Setting realistic goals for weight loss is better than setting more ambitious goals. Set realistic ones. Don't set ambitious ones. Be realistic about your goals for weight loss. Actually, recent studies suggested that people will generally lose more weight if they set more ambitious goals for themselves. Shoot for the moon! Even when you miss, you're going to miss high. Shoot for the moon! Interesting. Just, these are little factoids. How about this one? This one's going to freak you out. Are the kids in the room? Get the kids out of the room. I liked PE class, but I certainly didn't work out or work hard. That was after school when you'd go to track or when you'd go to soccer, or you'd go to football, something like that. I couldn't play baseball. I was scared. I was afraid of the baseball, you guys. Did you know that? Even in the outfield, when it's coming down, I was like, oh no. First of all, I don't want it to hit me on the head. Second of all, I don't want to be the guy that drops it. So as it's coming down, knowing I don't want to be hit on the head, and knowing I don't want to be the guy that drops it, what do? I dropped it 3 out of 4 times. Fumbled it. Terrible. After a while, they're like, you know what? We can't even put you in right field, bro. Like at bat, every time I'd swing, I'd be diving back. Like my batter's box was 8 feet wide. Like I'll be way over there. I'll take a swing. I know you guys are up here, but I'm gonna be over there. I don't think the ball will hit me over. Please don't wild pitch. Okay. I have to be honest. I was one of the worst baseball players I've ever seen in my whole life. And then you put me basketball, football, rugby, track. You know the other ones. Good athlete. Good athlete. No, they wouldn't even let me pick pansies because I wanted to play, but I was afraid. Yeah, it was a terrible. Then later on, men's softball. Okay, well, let's try men's softball. Church league. I'm the same guy. I'm the same. I'm sorry, sir. You can't be on our team. I could hoop. I was an amazing little guard. Oh yeah, Matthew, good little guard. Church league. I used to do church league when I was in my 30s and 40s, like big time. I didn't play basketball in school. I played football and rugby. So sports are pretty interesting, but I'll be honest with you. I was a, why I'm just, I don't know why. I was one of the world's worst baseball players you've ever seen. And I guess I'm okay with it. I'm okay with it. So lacrosse looked cool too. Our schools never played lacrosse on the West Coast. That was an East Coast sport. How about this one? It's my final myth of today. Kids are out of the room, right? I've always heard this. A good workout, have yourself, you've got your partner and you're going to enjoy a round of passionate lovemaking with each other. And boy, will that burn off some calories. So it's kind of like go ahead and eat like a whole lot and then go home after the date. And you could lose just about everything you ate on that date. Okay? Wait a minute. Am I wrong about that? According to this, sex burns anywhere from 100 to 300 calories for each partner. That's the myth. Here's why. This is very sad. I didn't know this. Intercourse lasts, on the average, about 6 minutes. And it burns just slightly more calories than sitting on the couch for 6 minutes. Average 6 minutes? That means you have like 6, for an average of 6, Anthony, that means there's somebody out there doing a 1. There's a few people out there doing a 12. There's a 12 and there's a 1 somewhere in the room. A 1. Okay? When we're talking average, how are we getting below a 6? This is freaking me out. This is the only reason I'm even mentioning this particular one. I could care less about losing calories, everything else. Below a 6. Okay? What? Below a 6. 12 is asking a lot, Saturn says. Cleany, I'm not even warmed up at 6. I don't get this average. Michael, that means there's a 20-second and a 24-minuter. I don't like this average. I don't like it at all. It's a terrible, terrible, terrible average. 6. I don't know people below 6 right now. Don't admit it. Okay, keep that one to yourself. 6. Okay, I'm done. Okay, we're done with the myths for today. So give me 5 people that enjoyed our last myth. We're not burning calories in 6 minutes. Why don't know, just sit on the couch when you get home from the Shawanda. The date's over. Sit on the couch. Oh, man. I can't believe how bad we are. We're bad people. Not really. We're not bad at all. We're having fun, right? Okay. Shawana, you and I are just going to sit on the couch. Forget all that wasted. I'm not wasting time for 6 minutes and I get nothing out of it. Forget it. Overrated. Let's talk about mushrooms. Let's grow mushrooms. Jesus Christ. Afterwards, he's reading bedtime nursery stories to her. Shawana and I know exactly how to end our date. I love you guys. Thanks for letting me get away with my little edgy stuff here. I get a little edgy on purpose. Do I not? Is Pop, give me 5 people. Pop gets a little edgy around there. Okay? Dave is hating me from Paris. Okay? All right. We're going to read a little bit out of the manual, and we're going to read a lot out of the book. Okay? So let's get started. Let's get started. Thank you for timing Dave out. We don't need hate from Paris. We want love. We want love from Paris. Okay? Was 6 minutes. Was 6 minutes. Who does it twice? Okay, Was. We know who's helping the average. We know. Thanks, Was. Thank you, Wazzy. Was, who does? Oh my God, you're the one. Was is personally driving the average down. Okay. Oh, can we knock it off now? Is this all we want to talk about for the next half hour? Okay. This manual is designed. And just Matthew says, stop making us look bad, Was. What is wrong with you men? Okay, what's wrong? Okay, this manual is designed in 10 stages. We recommend reading through the manual and planning your grow, which is what we're going to do here. We're going to read through the manual and we're going to help you plan your grow. Some stages can be skipped if you order supplies rather than making them yourselves. So sometimes you can actually buy stuff already pre-done and it'll speed up your process. And you want to identify what those are right now and up front because you may want to get your stuff purchased so you have it coming in the mail. Some stuff takes a couple of weeks to receive in the mail. So if you get it ordered pretty soon, you could be working on the front end of your project while this other stuff is coming in the mail. So doing with proper planning, you can actually speed up the whole process. Okay? Here's the process. This is a brief overview of what we mean when we say we're going to start a monotub. A monotub, by the way, it's any small, we like to see a clear plastic container with clear plastic lid. Any container of any size that you choose to use. There's a classic standard size in our industry, for want of a better word, and that is a 54-quart Sterilite tub. I highly recommend that tub because it works so well on its own as its own personal environment. 54 quart. At the same time, a lot of the numbers that we use divide perfectly right into a 54 quarts. And if you're just running one tub and you've harvested the fruit from one 54 quart tub, you can look forward to between 2 and 4 ounces of dried fruit when you're done. That's a substantial haul from one monotub. So if we start one monotub, that's a pretty good thing to be able to look forward to. I'm also going to add one other thing. We usually don't just start one of anything in mycology. It's my recommendation, I should say. I would always start 2 of anything. Pittsburgh Real, we'll get to ratios, okay? Because it's a good question, but we'll get to ratios. Maybe not today, but we'll be covering it. The reason I say 2 is because in anything, one could go bad. And if you've put all your effort and all your eggs into the one basket, now you've got to start over. So it's always good to have a second one going. There's a second reason, not just because you're afraid something's going to go bad, but you're going to learn. You're going to see each tub as it's growing together side by side. And you'll be able to find out just by comparison, looking at them, are there things that you did different from one tub to the other? And if so, do you see a difference in the growth of each of the fruits? Okay? So the bottom line is, if you're just getting started, I highly recommend 2 monotubs to get started. That would be 2 54-quart sterilite tubs, and we highly recommend that the lid on your tub has a gasket seal, okay? Because we're gonna put that lid on the tub, and other than ports that we're gonna put in the side of the tub, we'll explain those later, we don't want the humidity escaping out of the top of the tub. And if there isn't a gasket around the lid, humidity leaves your tub a lot faster than you realize, and you spend so much time tending it to keep your humidity up, or you forget about it, and your mushrooms suffer. So the easiest thing that we do, we cheat. We just throw a gasket on the lid. And the sterilites already come with a gasket. So if you're using any kind of a plastic tub, I highly recommend it has a gasket lid. We will also show you towards the end of this, if you're using a tub that doesn't have a gasket, we'll show you a, what do they call it? A cheat? What do you call it? A hack. We'll show you a hack about how to turn any lid you have into a gasket lid. Okay? Is anybody having fun yet? This is sounding exciting. I'm all excited. Here's our process overview. Here's our process overview. Okay? I'm reading some of the comments. Thank you, Marka. Here is the process. You start with the syringe. You're gonna have a little syringe. That syringe is gonna have either spores in it or it's gonna have a liquid culture in it. There's a difference between spores and liquid culture. We'll cover that briefly. And when you use this, you're gonna take this syringe and you're going to inoculate a bag of sterilized grain. We're gonna teach you how to sterilize the grain. If you don't have time or you don't have the wherewithal to sterilize it, you can buy grain in a bag, already sterilized, waiting for the syringe to poke it. So you can actually, you don't have to make your own syringe. You can go buy your own, you can buy syringes already with liquid culture in them or spores. We're gonna recommend liquid culture highly. So you can buy liquid culture syringe. Do I have one around here? I'll have one here tomorrow. I'll have all of the stuff to show you tomorrow. And then we're gonna also, you can buy the bags of your grains already ready to go. Done. And I have a company that I've worked with for about 3.5 years now. When I'm not available to sterilize my own, we're doing mass amounts now, so we don't really use that. This guy, outgrow.com for mushroom growing supplies, he has 1 pound bags of rye berries already pre-sterilized, sitting there ready to go. If you order from him, you'll have them in your house in a week. 1 pound bags at a time. We're going to talk about that and how many of them you would need. But so you can buy your bags already done, already sterilized, or we can make our own. We can buy our liquid culture already made, or we can make our own. So that's where we're at right now. You have to plan, which do you want to do? And this is your planning stage right now, okay? Isn't Outgrow a good outfit there, Kim? I highly recommend them. I remember the first couple of times, I don't know, but when I use somebody for 3 years and I've never had a problem with them, ever, they're recommendable, okay? And they don't even know it. They don't even know I'm talking great about them. So, we're going to start over. You start with a syringe and you use it to inoculate sterilized grain. This sterilized grain is called grain spawn. We call it grain spawn after it's already colonized. We're gonna poke it. We're gonna squirt our liquid culture or our spores into the sterilized grain. And because the grain is sterile, it's sitting there and it just can't wait for something to eat it. And the mushroom juice that we're shooting in there, the liquid culture, It can't wait to find fuel. So it hits that sterilized grain inside the bag, which is a sterile environment. The sterilized bag with the filter at the top just allows a little bit of gas to escape. When that liquid culture or the spores hit that grain, it starts to eat it. And it starts to turn white everywhere. It's creating mycelial networks in this bag. That's called colonization. So we're going to see our bag begin to colonize. Sarah, we'll talk about that. I have opinions on that, and that's going to come up. We're going to go through it very, very quickly, okay? But it'll be the next couple of days. I'll be actually talking about the 10 stages, the different kinds of grains, which ones to use, how to pasteurize, how to sterilize, okay? We'll get to most of this. Today's overview. So, after you've colonized your grain spawn, you're going to take your grain spawn. No, as it's colonizing, let's remember this. It takes about 21 to 25 days, 20 to 25 days for a bag to colonize completely. Now, this is a round figure, because if I was using a 10-pound bag of grain, it's going to take longer for it to colonize than a 1-pound bag. If I'm taking a 3-pound bag, it's going to take longer for a 3-pound bag to colonize than a 1-pound bag. But mycologists do a little trick. We'll just shoot a little more liquid culture into a bigger amount of grain. If I'm starting out with 1 pound, typically our figures are between 2 to 2.5 cc's of liquid culture per pound of grain to get it started, per pound. So if I'm using a 10-pound bag, I'm going to want to use about 25 cc's of liquid culture to get that 10-pound bag going, okay? And if I use the same ratios, et cetera, it generally takes about 20 to 25 days for that bag to fully colonize and be ready for your next step. So we recommend get your bags colonizing now. Get them going. That'll give you a 20-day window to get all your other supplies together, which we'll talk about. Your monotubs, your polyfill, your liner material, basics. So the first thing you want to do, get after it, get your liquid culture or your spores, get your grain, and get it colonized. We'll talk about colonization completely tomorrow. Get that going. As soon as you have that going, now it's time to gather all your supplies and get your next step ready to go. Okay? As it colonizes, you will prepare or order your substrate and your monotub materials. When your grain spawn is fully colonized, you'll mix it with the prepared substrate into a monotub. This mixed cake, that's the term we use for it. We call it a cake. After we've taken our grain spawn, and we're going to have a substrate of soil. We'll talk about our mixes and what kind of soil we recommend and how much. We take our grain spawn, we mix it with our soil, we put it inside of our monotub with a liner, and then we watch that colonize. And we'll talk about all of that. This cake will go into a colonizing and then a fruiting process. The result will be fruit. In mycology, you call the end result, the end little mushroom that comes off of a cake, it's either a fresh fruit or it's a dried fruit. Fresh meaning it's just been plucked and it's still full of water. Dried means we've gone through a drying process, which we're going to explain. A drying process, and now you've got dried fruit. So use the word fruit when we're talking in mycology terms, right? That's a word we'll all understand. So the result will be fruit that you harvest and try to use. So here are the 4 things we want you to do. We want you to order your spore syringe or liquid culture. There's a difference between spore and liquid culture. We'll discuss that tomorrow. Spore basically it's the very, very beginning of the sperm. It's just the very, very beginning, and you really don't know what you're going to get, but you're still going to get something. Liquid culture is a more refined process. It's almost embryonic at this stage. It's been cleaned up usually by the person that's provided it to you, and it'll get your grow going faster. Commercial, on our website, we're offering liquid culture for $10 a syringe. Okay? It's incredibly cheap. You can't process it, put it in a syringe, send needles, send it all. $10. So nobody's looking to make money off of you. We're looking to get that money into the liquid culture into your hands so you can grow. Okay, so if you go on over there, Sandman is the one that handles it all. And in the 3 years that we've known, that website's been, this coming February, it'll be 2 years, that website. I've had 3 people return or complain about their liquid culture. 3, which we immediately take care of. And we don't know, was it really the culture was bad, or was it your technique? We're not arguing with you. So it's phenomenal stuff. All right, so that's my commercial. We didn't do this for a commercial, but if you're looking for liquid culture, where do I get it? How do I get started? Shoot on over to our site. You'll get a 10cc syringe. That means you could start between 4 and 5 pounds of grain with one syringe. One 10cc syringe. You can start 4 to 5 pounds of grain. So get your liquid culture ordered. Also, get your, so I said, things to do. Order your spore syringe. Find a reputable dealer and get your spore syringes ordered right away. That's step 1. This will usually take a couple of weeks to be delivered. You can be gathering and preparing your other materials at this time. Step 2. Decide if you're going to make your own grain spawn. We're going to teach you how. Or if you want to order it from a reputable dealer. Order it now, so it's coming as you gather your supplies. You're also going to decide, are you going to make your own soil substrate? If you're going to make your own soil substrate, start gathering your supplies to do that. We'll tell you what you need and how to do it. If you're going to order it now. We recommend, there's only one place I personally recommend, and it's Dinosoil. If you order a bag, I think he usually sells it in 10-pound bags. If you order a bag of Dinosoil, it comes prepared, done. Everything's done. His mix, it's a proprietary mix, and it's already ready to go. All it wants is your colonized grain spawn. You're going to take that, and you're going to put it in with his soil, and then you're going to be off and running. You didn't even have to bother mixing your own, pasteurizing your own, doing any of the work up front. They've done it all for you. So again, you can reach out right now. You can reach out and get your liquid culture from the Detroit Mush Lab. You can get your grain spawn from outgrow.com. You can get your soil from Dinosoil. That's all you need. Those 3 things, and then you're going to take a trip to the hardware store in the next 20 days, and you're going to buy a monotub and a couple other things we're going to tell you about. Okay? So you've decided, are you going to make your own soil, or are you going to outsource it? Dinosoil, that's correct moniker. But it's Dino, D-I-N-O, Dino. Okay? Now, we recommend doing it yourself. Maybe not the first time. Find out if you even like doing this before you get all geared up to do it. Go ahead and outsource the first couple of times, okay? But eventually you're going to want to do it yourself because it gets you closer to the whole process, okay? So gather all of these, or order all of these materials, and while they're coming, we're also going to be gathering the materials we need to make our monotub. We'll continue to talk about that tomorrow. Tomorrow we'll talk about which kind of syringe do we want Do we want a spore syringe or a liquid culture syringe? And we're also going to talk about grain. We're going to talk about preparing grain and which kind of grain do you want. And we have some recommendations on that. Okay? Hey, are we doing good? We're flying through this stuff. That was an overview. The big overview here is plan. Plan, plan, plan. And that's half of the fun of this art science. There's so much planning, and the better you get at planning and organizing, the better you're going to be at growing. And the more that you're thinking about this kind of stuff, the less your brain is going to be stuck in Depressoville. The less your brain's going to be stuck in Anxietyville. You're going to be driving down the street. You're going to be thinking about, man, all I got to do is pick up something. But you're going to be like on missions to go pick up Monotub material instead of sitting around somewhere and not being in the best sense of mental health because you're on missions and you can plan your missions and you have things to look forward to too. 5 days from now, my bags should be ready. I can't touch them till then. Man, 4 days from now, 3 days from now. Now you have missions. Now you have goals. Now you have things that you're looking for. You're growing. You're not stagnant anymore. Not stagnant anymore. One of the things our mushrooms do, that's one of the greatest things they do. They take stagnation out of the game. They're growing constantly. My guys over there at the grow house, they're not going to wait for me. If I feel like taking the day off, they're not waiting. They're going to turn into mush, creepy little, if I don't go over and pay attention. So guess what happens? I make a commitment. I keep it impeccably with my own mushrooms. I start feeling pretty good about myself. I'm less of a procrastinator than I used to be. I still procrastinate about certain things, but I certainly don't procrastinate about my mushrooms. We have about 15 minutes left. Let's do things. Let's not take things personally. Is this a great class? How come we haven't been talking about growing mushrooms lately? RX, they keep you in check. They keep you on the job. They keep you in line. The little mushroom inside of a tub. You, don't forget about me. You're supposed to be back in 4 hours to fan me. It's like, you don't control me. Yes, I do. I'm smarter than you. Yes, you are. Those little guys are smarter than we are. It's like, you're going to give me attention, because if you don't, I turn green. Okay? Do you want green? I'll give you green. Don't take things personally. Page 48, second agreement. Page 48, second agreement. Towards the bottom. Nothing other people do is because of you. Page 49, towards the bottom. You eat emotional garbage when you take things personally. Thank you for that helping of emotional garbage. Thank you. Anthony Thornton, I still won't forget it, that one post. The arrow misses you completely. Someone's got to come back and poke you in the eye with it. Did you see what they said about you? Thanks for giving me the emotional poison that I didn't even see or need. And you can poke me in the eye all you want with it. I'm immune. You're weird for poking me in the eye with that. I'm immune. I don't care. I'm not taking it personal, especially when it comes to your third and fourth and fifth hand. Have anybody ever played telephone? The kids game, telephone? What does stuff sound like after maybe just the third kid in line? It's not even close to what the original person said. It's not even close. It just has one or two of the nuggets in there, and everything else is some foggy version. That's what we do. And then we're going to take it personal. This game, he told her and she told him. And then when the cousin told the in-law told my father, and my father said, I'm about to take that personal. He said, what? He did what? That's why scriptures tell you, without being religious, scriptures tell you, go to the source first. First. Just go to the source. This beat around the bush stuff. It's emotional poison. The people in the bush love it though. You eat the emotional garbage. And now what's inside you? Garbage. You just ate it. You have to go to the source. Oftentimes you find out the source said nothing like that. Didn't mean it. It was misunderstood. That's if you even care. Most of the time I don't even go to the source. Who cares? If the source has something to say to me, the source can come and talk to me. I'm available. I'm not like really mean. I haven't knocked anybody out in a long time. You can probably tell me just about anything you want. Matter of fact, the new me is going to probably go, you got a point there. Usually if the source isn't willing to come to you, you got to consider why. But if you don't take it personally, if you don't, you're immune. Boop. This is the most amazing philosophy. I get to choose to be immune. I get to choose that position. Immunity to poison in the middle of hell is the gift of the agreement, not taking things personally. That's the gift of the agreement. Immunity in the midst of this bullshit that's happening. Especially if you started out being impeccable with your word, you know that your side of the street's as clean as you can make it. Now when the arrows start flying around, you're immune. Not one arrow is because of you. The arrows came from an aggrieved, emotionally poisoned person. We highlight this area in our book. When you take things personally, then you feel offended. It's not the other way around. Did you notice that? We're not offended, and then we take it personal. It's the other way around. First, we have to take it personal, and then it becomes offensive. Wait a minute. That's offensive. Why is it offensive? Well, because I'm taking it personal. Don't take it personal. You're immune to being offended. Am I right? When you take things personal, then you feel offended. So what do we do? What were we programmed to do when we're offended? Give me an answer. This wasn't rhetorical. What do we do? How are we programmed to respond when we're offended? Anthony, go to the front of the class. We were taught to defend. If you offend, I'm defending. Usually with aggression. We're taught to be defensive. Well, I don't even have to be defensive if I wasn't offended in the first place. Am I right? You're not offended in the first place. What do you have to be defensive about? Now, not only are you not offended, but you're not defensive. It sounds like a win-win to me. It sounds like pretty basic. It's like a duh. Your reaction is to defend your beliefs. What happens when you defend your beliefs against the perceived personal attack? It might have actually been one too. What happens? Look around the world. Conflict. Humans, we start throwing scuds at each other. You attacked me, I'm defending. My defense is usually a bigger attack. We see it around our world. You make things, little things, you turn them big when you take things personally. You take a little ant, a little molehill, and you turn it into a mountain. Have you ever done that? You used to do it all the time. And then you can hold on to it for a long time too. Oh boy. Once I've got a good offense going, now I can turn it into a grudge. Oh, this is going to be great. I'm going to turn this one into a grudge. Oh, wait till you see what I do with grudges. I've been known to pop tires during a grudge. Because I took something personal, whatever. Now you're out there in the middle of the night popping tires. Planning it. I'm going to go plan it. I'm planning my whole guerrilla attack on the tire. My next 3 nights are spent guerrilla attacking a tire. And I could have been in my grow house. But I took something personal. Blew it a little out of proportion. Greedy, good old grudge holders. That's a direct result of taking something personal. You make something big out of something so little. We do it mostly in our marriages. To the one person we love, that we share beds with, that we're as intimate as we could possibly be, the tiniest little thing that they say or do, you'll take personal. How about trying this? Honey, did you mean, when you said, did you mean? Usually she's going to look at you and go, no, I didn't mean that. Instead of starting a fight that lasts all night, maybe into tomorrow. Well, she said, she didn't mean it. We're going to learn that if you don't take it personal, one of the best ways is ask for explicit information. Speak where we're communicating impeccably, where there's no misunderstanding. Humans have a need to be right. It was one of the biggest moves I've made in my life, is to decide I don't need to be right. I was that guy, the right guy in the room. Oh, no, wait a minute. It was 1863, not 1862. Not because I'm a know-it-all, because I'm right. I want everybody to know I'm right. Hard to say the word wrong. Can't say that. That word's like really hard to say. You know what that is? That's such a lack of maturity. That's such a lack of real self-confidence. That's really what I was exhibiting. A lack of real confidence. The really confident man in the room doesn't have to say a goddamn thing. Even if you're misspeaking, it's not impacting me. The only reason I'd even have to bring it up if I needed to correct something is because you were impacting somebody's life. That's it. I don't have a moral obligation to, well, no, you can't really do that because the guy would die. But other than that, it's none of my business. I don't need to be right. You know how I've stopped my last few arguments? Not the, here's the one that you can do. This is a really creepy one. Everyone's done the passive aggressive. Okay, you're right. And that's now, they think they're going to end an argument like that. You didn't mean it. You didn't mean they were right. You were just being passive aggressive. Try this one. Try this right. You know what? Based off of all of the information I have, I still could be wrong. This is what I've always thought, but you know what? Based off of all the information I have, I could still be wrong. When you say you could be wrong or are wrong, or the other person's right, and you say it with a heart of kindness, argument is over. The person can't keep going, yep, and I'm right, right? Am I right? Right. Bro, I told you you were right. And then I was right, okay? Remember, Yep. People don't really do that. It stops the crap. To me, I've lied a few times. I've told, you know, I think you're right. I didn't really. But I'm not going to get involved and I'm not going to do this. I'm not going any place where my verbal gymnastics are a waste of time. So it's okay to not be right. Sometimes even when you are. It's okay. Humans need to be right. And as a result of my need to be right, I need to make everybody else wrong. My need to be right causes everybody else to be wrong. I agree, Sharon. Forget the energy loss on it. We also try very, 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 very hard to be right by offering our own opinions. Hey, I know you didn't ask, but I gotta tell you my opinion. Hey, I've got an opinion. It's a really big one. I think you should listen to it. We do that. I do it. I'm working against it. Now I'm trying to just tell the facts. This is just what happened. I don't want opinions. Mine has very little value. I gotta be honest with you. It's only based off of my experience. My opinion is valuable to one person, me. The only other person it could be of value to is somebody that was asking it from me. And when I give it, I don't give my opinion. I give my experience. Well, I don't know. I can't give you, what's your opinion on so-and-so? Here's my experience. I have none. I have no experience with that, so I can't have an opinion. Here's my experience. The one time I talked to the person, they told me I was an asshole. Someone's asking, do you think this guy's a jerk? Do you think? I don't know. I can tell you my experience. I've spoken to him one time. This is what he did. I didn't give you an opinion. I didn't gossip. I just told you, and I only told you because you came to me and asked for a constructive reason. If it isn't even for a constructive reason, I'm not even going to tell you. Queenie says, if I want your opinion, I'll tell you what it is. We have to be really careful. My opinion ain't worth crap. Used to think I was like the opinion king. And especially because I'm so smart and I know everything, you guys should be listening to me first. What a bunch of crap. Self-importance. That's based off of self-importance. The less important you think you are, the more important you are. You never understood that one that said the first will be last and the last will be first. This is what we're talking about. And it's not because you want to be first. I'm going to go sit in last because I really want to be first. You're doing the exact opposite. That's not what we're talking about. The person that doesn't need to be to the front of the line, eventually the universe puts them at the front of the line. Because that's where the universe knows you belong. It puts you where you belong. Put you where you've practiced to be. We try hard to be right by giving our own opinions. In the same way, whatever you feel and whatever we do is just a projection of our own dream. It's a reflection of my own agreements. What you see me do, what you see me say, is a reflection of my agreements with myself. When I'm not being impeccable, I've agreed with myself, I'm not going to be impeccable right now. I'm going to gossip and I'm going to tear somebody up. I'm going to sip in, I'm going to emotionally poison the world right now. You'll see just based off of what I do. You'll see what kind of agreements I'm keeping. I'm a reflection of those agreements. You're a reflection of your agreements. That's why I told you a few weeks ago. I don't judge. I just look at your tree. Oh, those are the agreements on your tree. I can see which kind of agreements hang off of the branches of your tree. Every time I walk by that branch, oh, there's that one. Okay, I see it. Oh, that one's changing. Did you notice that? This season, that branch fell away and there's a brand new branch there and it sprouted a brand new agreement. Look at that. You can see by the way they're acting and the way they're talking, it's a brand new agreement. Celebrate the growth. Most especially celebrate it in your partners and in your family. When you see somebody at home giving it an effort to be better, celebrate them for it. Recognize it immediately. Tell them, I can see the effort you're putting in. You're practicing. You're a practicing little ninja. Go get it. I'm so proud of you. We should be telling people in our lives, I'm proud of you about 4 times a week. Find something to be proud about. That's when your brain is fertile for kindness. I am actively searching for stuff to be proud about instead of something to hold a grudge on. Make it a practice. How many times have you said, I'm proud of someone today? Now, after a while, don't be doing this. Oh, God, stop it. Not that. You want it to be real, and you want it to be from a practiced place of kindness. What you do, what you say, and the opinions you have are according to the agreements that you have made with yourself. And by the way, since I'm not taking it personal, those agreements that you've made with yourself have nothing to do with me. Right? Everybody is responsible for their own words, their own actions, and their own responses to those actions. We're doing good for today. 10:21, I'm running long again. But that's because I can't stop talking about great stuff like growing mushrooms and growing ourselves. One of the best ways to grow yourself is by being kind to yourself, by leaving space available to be kind. The easiest way to do that, I do it with my mushroom growing. I give away mushrooms so I have room to grow more. I'm giving away goodness and kindness when I can, so I have room for more. It's the same physical principle. Have a great day, you guys. I'll see you here tomorrow morning. Same time, and we'll pick up tomorrow. We'll be talking about soil. No, we're going to be talking about syringes and grains. Okay, Cleany. There you go. I didn't know that. Jesus Christ. And Jack. Hello, Jack. Melody Dawn. I'm glad to see Melody. Shine. I'm proud of you. Stop. I'm a professor. Jara Singh. Hail. And Rico and Jennifer Mommy. Treat yourself as if. That's beautiful, Jennifer. 100% too. Like, you're your own patient. Physician, heal thyself. Hip Kitty. Hello, Hippie. Niffy and Niffier. Oh, I love my Niffy. Jennifer. Nerdy. Jodies. Thank you, Kimberly. That's a perfect saying. Other people's opinions of me are none of my business. Get out of their business. It's none of mine. Sharon, set that alarm. I'm glad when you're here. Jacob and Jesus Christ and Cleany. Anthony Thornton, the big guy. Cat Meowzilla. Kitty Cat, send me an address. Jolie, I'm so glad to see you here this morning. Hip Kitty and Cleany and Saturn and Sharon and Billy D and all in one. There you go. There you go. Laura, have a divine day. Nipper, King Yo-Yo Metro. Vegas, have a beautiful day, sweetheart. Nerdy and Jacob and the Nudie Matt. There you are. And thanks for that, Matt. Sandman and Pilar and Trent and Corey D and Joe D's and Critamine. I would love to see you here again tomorrow, Critamine. Jesus Christ and Saturn and Mr. Phillips and Anthony Tatum all day. Green Table and Hip Kitty, thank you, Meow Kitty. Critamine, yeah, I'll see ya. Kimberly Billy D, 5280, not half the day, not even a 3/4 of the day. All day, Jesus Christ, in Australia, you're out of control. Melody Dawn Satter, Edward E. Ed, I ordered up some books. I thought your idea was great. Thank you, and thanks for the offer. I've ordered up 5, so starting as soon as they get here, we'll start giving those away. Great idea, my friend. Anthony, Jesus Christ, Pilar, Nipper, Shiny, Jimmy the Max, Notorious Nugs, Hippie, Joe D's, Jacob, Critamine, Anthony, Saturn, Cleany, Jesus Christ in Australia, Clean Grow, Shiny, Edward, Eve. That was a great idea. Joe, Pops, Peace, Love. 4 agreements, right? 4 of them. We're going to try to be, not try, we're going to just do it. Be impeccable with our word. We're going to also not take things personal. We're going to not have expectations. And if we do all of this the best we can today, do the best you can on those 3 agreements, man, are you going to be living good. See you tomorrow.